Okay, it's 9 o'clock. Let's call this meeting to order with a moment of silence. Thank you. First order of business is to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Support.
Motion made and seconded to approve the agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Motion to approve the minutes of August 15.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from August 15.
Support.
Motion made and seconded to approve the minutes of August 15. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We need to approve August bills.
Move to approve bills.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the bills. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We have some payroll changes from the Sheriff's Department. We have removed Julie Davis as of August 29. Just, do you want these separate all together? I don't know. This one's to remove. Need a motion on that one.
Make a motion to remove Julie Davis.
Support.
Motion made and seconded to remove Julie Davis, August 29. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, and we got to add 3, Amber Davis, Josh Spears, and Kenny Tucker, all moving up to, they're moving to full-time at starting pay of $28,000 a year.
Move to add Amber Davis, Joshua Spears, and Candy Tucker to the payroll.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to add those 3 to the payroll. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. We have 3 recommendations from secondary roads. We have Virgil Patterson start at $19.44 an hour, Madison Hay at $19.23 an hour, and Pat Scanlon at $19.23 an hour.
Move to approve the hires.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the hires. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Need to designate authorized representative of Area 15. Is that
Yeah, that's mine. So it could be either me or Brad on there as this designated signee, and just as for updates for the hazard mitigation plan. And a lot of times if he doesn't get it to me in time, then they'll get it signed and sent back to him, then him send it into Homeland Security. Causes a delay, so we just was gonna change him as the designee for signings.
Is Brad, is he new or is he, I thought there was.
He's been there about a year, but Matt was working on it about, I think he's been gone for about 6 months or something.
Oh, okay.
And they've been shorthanded and they kind of dumped everything on Brad, so.
Okay. Move to approve the designation of authorized representative.
Second.
motion made and seconded to approve the designation of signee of Brad A. Grief. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Designated vendor for courthouse entry replacements, Troy. We had a security meeting last week and finally got a second bid from a company, and we had a meeting and we kind of decided to, we have a recommendation, I guess, for the board. And if you want to, how you want to handle this, but
I don't know if you guys want to see these or.
Sure.
This is there's some more to that, but I just put the total on there. That's door replacement and the cards.
we
Front
got,
and back? For just the east side of the building?
We're still gonna add this one, and I don't think that's on there yet.
Okay.
the 3 doors and then security entrance, a lot of second floor
This was another one,
where you'll need
This is it the same?
same scope of work, yeah.
Okay.
So, and then this was the third one just received.
Who is this one? I guess the
Growls or whatever.
That's the one.
They do a lot of work in, they do a lot of work in Oskaloosa already.
I called Musco and that's who they use and they're happy with them.
Penn College uses them for security, I guess, some kind of lots. So,
So I guess what we're thinking is just approve that vendor today and then we'll get it narrowed down into the price, because I think there's some more stuff we want to.
we forgot the door at Juvenile down there. We don't have anything on, forgot about that door, I guess. And
That way we can move forward with just them, I guess. They're obviously gonna be way cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean, if something looks out of the ordinary, then we can look at that.
When we look at the front door, I know that, I talked to Sue and she said that we have the week until the historical
Right.
society.
And I never got a chance to call over the chamber and talk to them.
Okay.
So are you thinking to, just to designate the vendor, but then don't finalize any
Any prices. yeah.
prices or approve anything yet? So I assume the recommendation of the committee was to use Kraus
yes.
or Strauss? Move
There
to-
were, I guess, Jim Ballman was there, Troy, Darren, Sue, myself, 5 there, I guess, is always.
Well, we invited Russ.
Yeah, there, and Russ and Rennerham was there also.
Yeah.
So, that's who was there. So that's what, it's kind of what we come down to. Yep.
Second, Mike's motion.
I was moving to approve Strauss's vendor.
Sorry. You were.
No, it's all right.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve Strauss as a vendor for the improvements to courthouse security, which is quite involved, anyway. Okay, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I assume, Darren, you look like you're part of the Nix solution. Approve HIPAA remediation plan.
Well, I'm here, but I wasn't,
Your name's on here a lot, I just checking.
I know.
This
They
is,
have gone through and done a survey of where we are short, I guess, or where we need to put things in place, and he went over this with Roger, went over this with us. And he's assigned different people to the various items, and put in some timelines. So what we wanted you to be, just kind of keep up to date on what's going on. You wanted to see this, and just as we go forward, just kind of accept them or approve them, however you want to do that. But we just kind of keep the board and not just take stuff to the chair and have them sign it, but that everybody got to see it,
okay.
see where we're at.
This is not as complicated as it looks, I hope.
Well,
There's
we hope that they'll help us and have some templates that help.
Okay.
It's mostly policy.
Yeah,
It's mostly policy that needs to be written.
there's a lot of stuff in here, I guess, and,
Yeah.
okay. So,
And the timelines may be out a little bit, Darren and I, with the election, and he has some other projects. So I talked to Roger about that, and he said timelines are just, there to help us keep going, but it may go longer than that
okay.
with election coming up and some of those things.
All right.
So if you have other questions, we can get answers from Roger, or
Well, it's the first time that anybody's really went through and done an inventory, so I expected there to be a pretty long list, so. But we're going through the same thing at the region for the mental health, and he's doing the same thing, so. Take a little while to get up to speed, but then after that, he said it's gonna be more like a maintenance thing, and it'll be a lot easier, so. To come into compliance, it's a little bit more difficult. But I make a motion that we accept the HIPAA remediation plan.
Support.
Motion made and seconded to accept the HIPAA remediation plan from Karosh. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Sue, you have the next one. Run through that.
we have in the past, when an employee terminates, their coverage lasts through the next month, to the end of the month, because they've always paid a month forward, and it's probably been deducted from their check. We ran into a little bit of issue with, Wellmark is now overriding that. We would put that date in and they override it. It does say in our handbook that it will end at, or in their documentation, it will end at the end of the month. And they're fine with changing it, that it would just say, the date is determined by the employee or the county. We'd like to see that happen, so that we can be consistent. We've run into some problems with people not being able to get like prescriptions and things. So it doesn't happen real often, but
So what would the language need to be?
just that the,
Employer,
I've got it here somewhere. The group would determine the termination date. The group determines the termination date. That's what the
Meaning
language would
us.
say, meaning us.
okay. I'll make a motion to adopt that language.
Support.
Motion made and seconded to adopt the language that, however you want to put that, clarifies
The
again.
group, yeah, the group determines the date.
Group determines the dates of termination of the health plan. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carried. Compensation board appointments.
I just have one left. I talked to Tim Van Manen, he's back from his vacation anyhow, and he would fit more under the landowner category, I guess, so we do need another one on there, so I'm gonna make a motion that we appoint Tim Van Manen to compensation as a commission, I guess, rather than the board.
Support.
Motion made and seconded to approve Tim Monk Compensation Board. I still think that's a bit of a stretch. However,
We need more for the farm manager category, for landowner category, so we're still looking for other individuals. Anybody who wants to put their name in, we'll be willing to put them on there if they're qualified.
okay, motion made and seconded to appoint Tim Monk. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Aye. Motion carried. Public comments.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.